Okay. So, hi guys, I'm so sorry. I did not realize that this had already gone live. It is some technical error that happened here. So, I am Ekta Kapoor. I'm your host for today. And today we're here. We're going to be talking about COVID 19 and its impact on the MSME and survival strategies for entrepreneurs. So, we're going to be talking about a lot of financial stuff over here. And we have two CAs with us, two very prominent CAs, in fact, with us over here. We have CA Karan Chandwani and CA Sagar Padiyar. I will be talking about them once they join us so that I can give you a brief introduction. In the meanwhile, I would also like to ask all of you here who are watching us that what exactly has the COVID 19 had an impact on you? If you are a salaried person, if you are a business person, what kind of difficulties have you been through, or what was the advantage that this whole lockdown gave you? So please do comment in the comment section. You can ask us questions while we go live. And our CAs over here are going to be discussing a lot of stuff like about the relief package that was recently announced by Modi ji and by Sitaraman ji. And we're going to be discussing a lot of other things too about how can the MSMEs actually now rebuild what they have lost in the past 3 months. A lot about startups and especially those startups who have just started their businesses in the past 1 year. And we're also going to be talking about people who are interested in starting their businesses in the coming months. So after the lockdown opens, there were so many people who actually had in mind about starting up a new business or starting up a new venture. And then the corona entered our country, and everything came to a stall. Everything was stalled, everything was halted. And now when we are seeing a ray of hope about the lockdowns opening up slowly and steadily, how is it that we can start up the ventures that we had thought about, and how is it that all of this will not affect our economy, and how will it not affect our ongoing promises that we had made to ourselves, to our
तो फोन अभी
financial
बिजी आ रहा है
stakeholders? So I think Sagar and Karan are coming online. I am. So we will just
मैं
begin
थोड़ा बिजी हूँ
while. Hi Karan. Hi.
मैं ऑलरेडी
Can you hear
मीटिंग
me,
में
Karan? Hi.
Yes.
I can't see Sagar yet, so we're waiting for Sagar
मीटिंग
to
में कॉल
join
कर
in.
दो तुम
Sagar sir, we are live already. Yes.
यस
Hi, hi, hi. So I was in the meanwhile, I was just talking to our viewers about how COVID has impacted the financial situation, the economy, not just of the country, but of individuals as well, because the country in itself is all about the individuals earning and paying taxes. So before I take too much of your time of the viewers and before I talk about all general things, let's get to the point. So today with us we have CA Karan Chandwani, who provides advisory to various SMEs across industries. He helps businesses design SOPs and automate their processes. He's a regular speaker at various forums and contributor for articles and research papers. He is also a faculty at Symbiosis International University. With us, we also have CS Sagar Padiyar, who is a practicing chartered accountant. He is the member of the ICAI. He is an expert in indirect taxes, direct taxes audit, and he specializes in GST audit. So I guess we're going to have a lot of things to talk about. Hi, Karan. Hi, Sagar.
हाय
There
Hi,
was a lot.
Ekta. Thank you for the wonderful introduction that you gave us.
Thank you so much.
Like as Ekta, should we start?
Yes,
Should we
please
go on?
do. Please do. Our viewers are waiting. Yes.
So just to give you a brief background for all of those who are watching us, I guess there are many entrepreneurs, individual people out there, many SMEs representatives out there who may be watching us live now or maybe watching it in the recorded form later on. So basically, I would start with saying that हमने ऐसा काफी सुना है कि ये challenging times है, the world has come to a halt and etc etc. A lot of that news is going on everywhere. आप news open करो, you will find out that the world is totally disturbed and so on. Things are going on. But I would rather request all the businessmen and individuals out there who are watching out here with us that these are not as such destructive times or difficult times. It is rather challenging times, and we have actually got a lot of time to improvise ourselves, to upgrade ourselves. If you see the situation right now, we are moving towards the automation thing everywhere. Like her industry mein automation ho raha hai, each and every industry is facing these problems. There is technology which has taken over, robots have taken over. So जहाँ पे there were a lot of people who used to think कि नहीं मुझे तो automate नहीं होना है, I am good with my conventional ways of business, with my traditional way of business. But in that case, the COVID-19 situation, this pandemic has brought us to a platform that नहीं हमको convert करना ही पड़ेगा अपने आप को, हमको आगे upgrade करना ही पड़ेगा. So that force the corona has given to us. So rather it is a wonderful thing that has happened. We have got time to upgrade ourselves, and this corona thing has been as a catalyst for us in this situation. So I would rather request all of you that rather than thinking of it as a difficult times, why not go on to check what are the benefits, what are the advantages, and then move on eventually with our own businesses, with our lifestyles. Also, it is sort of a time for us to sit, go back, introspect ourselves, analyze our plans, what we had built, the short term, long term, our business vision, and etc. And not to forget, we need to research on, explore a lot of things, and accordingly modify our activities and processes to survive first and then grow. So many of you might have realized कि हमने काफी plans बना रखे थे हमारे business के लिए, हमारे individual growth के लिए, that 2020 में we will do this, 19 में we did this, and up till 2025 this is the plan for us. But if you might have realized, the basic thing misses out here, that is we have to survive first. So 2020 is a year of survival rather for all of us who are into business, who are into professions, no matter what kind of business you are and what kind of professional you are. But yes, 2020 is a year of survival. Definitely, uske baad 2021 we have to gradually think of growing and then exponentially grow overall aage jaake. So maybe in this webinar we'll try to cover various strategies, survival strategies, cost cutting formulas. What are the things that you need to cover? So I would now request Sagar to please brief up about his ideas on this, and then we'll move on with the interactive part.
Sagar, thank you, Karan. Yeah, thank you, Karan. You have briefed and made the viewers very clear that though it is a difficult situation, but it also brings opportunities along with it. Now you might have known that from 22nd of March, everyone were already in lockdown. Now we are on the last date of the fourth phase of lockdown, and it seems that it will continue till 30th of June. Now this period have actually brought given an opportunity to everyone to have a ponder upon and think about the various strategies and how things to be done. No doubt it is a very difficult situation because it has taken the economy upside down. So, but it is a phase of survival of the fittest. In that case, though the person who is more proactive, more flexible, and more, I would say, deep-rooted in core consultancies, he won't face any issue in this case. And whatever is maybe whatever situation called for, like this COVID-19, it would definitely help him, and he can overcome such issues. Yes, Karan.
Yes. So, like as moving forward, Sagar sir, I would request you to, if you can just enlighten all of us basically on the healthcare part. See, basically,
Okay.
Yes, we are here to discuss about the financial part only. But I would,
Yes.
me and Sagar see that there is a need कि ये offices जब open हो गए, so यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि हम लोग health care ये point में precautions को ignore करते हुए we end up incurring so much of costs for our employees or maybe for a business as a whole. So I think this is an appropriate thing to highlight first and then move on to the financial part. Sagar,
Yes,
over to
yes.
you for the healthcare thing, which you would like to guide us on.
Yeah, Karan. Actually, if you see, it is a very important and a very hot topic on which everyone are very busy. If I can tell you, more people are not worried about the corona more than the psychology which it has created. कि मुझे कोरोना हो जाएगा, कि what I will do, how I will face this issue is a lot of there in the mind of people who are going to get to the offices post lockdown. So yeah, but obvious a comprehensive pandemic preparedness plan for office reopening will be required for all the entities. Each entity will require taking steps which will create a conducive environment for the employees to work in this COVID-19 outbreak. So what we can do in this case is keep broadly whatever guidelines which you are drafting or whatever precautions you are taking, you need to cover these broad categories so that you make a comprehensive policy, such as safety precautions to be taken at the entrance of the office, work area, conference room, and cafeteria. safety precautions while coming and exiting your office. Then the social distancing measures and changes in sitting arrangements. The documentation handling. This is the major issue. The documentation handling won't be as previously we used to do. As document आ गया, document ले लिया, document use कर लिया. Now the thing will be कि document आया है, it may bring with itself the infection. So various things relating to how the documentation handling is to be done. Proper guidelines need to be focused on that. Then emergency management committee will required to be formed within the entities to cater the needs in case of an emergency medical help is required to any employee. These things were already in place, but they were not active till date. Now, because of this coronavirus pandemic, now this thing has made every entity to focus on this thing and on emergency management committee, so that they are well prepared in case any unfortunate event happens. And lastly, but very important thing, symbols in offices will be required to be placed for staff members to guide them for the new policies, for the new social distancing norms, the new normal which has this coronavirus has brought us in front of, and so that these symbols will help the employees and the outsiders to guide themselves, so that there is no that much of interaction and each and everyone knows what is to be done and how is to be done looking at the symbols. Rightly, the right way to fight with the coronavirus is still, I will say, to follow your personal hygiene. Exercise and staying fit is the major thing, and boosting your immunity will be a major thing, because as it is, you know that this is a virus, and you cannot fight with a virus which is so small that you cannot see. So it is better that you boost up your immunity and be resistant to this virus. Yes, over to you, Karan.
Yes, I guess the basic part of the healthcare that Sagar you had mentioned over here is quite important. I would move on to highlight a few things on what are the work from home methodologies. Yeah, like if say for example, like when on 12th of March or 15th of March, धीरे-धीरे जब ये lockdown announced हुआ, I guess 22nd of March was the first day of the curfew. So and later on the lockdown started, and since last 2 months we are in the complete situation of a total business halt of a lockdown. There are many people who have somehow managed to come and start the concept of work from home in their offices, in their small and medium enterprises. But ऐसे काफी लोग हैं. Let me tell you, a research report based on the last 2 months performance in India says that 70% of the businesses of small and medium scale are not able to move on to the online platform, are not able to access their data online, are not able to do their business. Only 30%, and that too they usually involve those SMEs which have a good amount of turnover, good amount of cash available with them. So basically the cash rich enterprises in that sense. अगर हम बड़े enterprises की बात करते हैं तो इनका तो सवाल ही नहीं आता. But when we talk about the individuals who are doing business as a proprietorship, few partnership firms, the SMEs, यहाँ पे the arises कि ये work from home concept कैसे follow किया जाए. So maybe in next 1 or 2 minutes I'll try to highlight the concept for you. Like see, basically there is a need of infrastructure. ये जो virtual infrastructure है, this should be in place. So my request to all the entrepreneurs watching us right here would be that the moment you start with your business, maybe few might have already started. Those who are not in the red zones might have already started. Few might start it in the next week. So the first thing that you need to keep in mind, जो काम आपके हाथ में है, जो pending है, इसको side में रखो. पहले try to prepare for a virtual infrastructure, because we don't know कब vaccine आएगा, कब तक ये situation control में आएगी all over the world. So basically the need will arise for you, the need may arise for you to shift to a total virtual platform later on also. So this is number one that we should keep in mind. Also not to miss that the license agreements and the users agreement. No matter in what kind of business you are into, may it be trading, manufacturing, service provider, whatever it is. But यहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं user के साथ आपका data share हो रहा है. Somewhere the service provider or your suppliers are sharing the data that you have on your online platform, on your virtual servers. So the need may arise to have some agreements with them so as to maintain the clause of confidentiality as well as the privacy to our data. This thing also comes into place when you have all your data on the cloud. So सिर्फ क्लाउड पे डेटा डाल दिया इससे कुछ नहीं होगा, बट वो डेटा सिक्योर्ड है, सेफ है, who is able to access it, your team members, your suppliers, your customers is also important. So kahin na kahin when you try to have an infrastructure in place, these are few points which you need to take in to consideration. Also not to forget the compliance part, the financial part, the accounting part. अगर हम लोग वर्चुअल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेटअप कर ही रहे हैं, so why not consult maybe a business person or maybe a finance professional who will help you with कि इसमें से how to customize the reports in a sense that you will get all the reports ready-made and you need not to have to struggle in your Excel, Microsoft Excel for those reports, or maybe your softwares, Oracle, ERP, Tally, whatever you are using, QuickBooks maybe. So these are few things that you need to keep in mind. When I spoke with my clients in the last few days, I realized that work from home is the concept which can act as a cost-cutting mechanism for many firms over here, since it has been proved that it is effective. ऐसा नहीं है कि एम्प्लॉइज को घर से काम करने बोल दिया कि वो काम नहीं कर रहे हैं और they are not able to work or something. If you have the basic infrastructure in place, if you are enough able to motivate your employees to keep working, they are no doubt performing and it is turning out to be productive and efficient at a very large scale. So the thing is that this can be also used as a cost-cutting mechanism. And as we have various departments in place in our organizations, in our entities, so यहाँ पे हम लोग कुछ phases बना सकते हैं. Like say maybe in the first week of June, the basic necessity, say if logistics is involved in your business, then you can maybe have those people to work for you in a particular point of time or whatever your business as are. And बाकी के जो लोग हैं, see accounts, finance, these teams are those that do not require any such on-site presence. So these can be put up in the last phase of your work from home policy. So you can maybe have 40% of your employees will work from home still even after the lockdown is shifted, and rest of them who have to come on site and they can come and work over there. You may also have the second phase wherein you can move on to the 20% staff who will be working from home. Rest of them will be in place on the on-site. Also, ऐसा भी कुछ कर सकते हो कि like say for example if you have 10 employees, so alternative days पे alternative employees will come and work over there, finish their part which they have to come on the site and do it. So in such a way this work from home can help you in cost cutting as well for the next few months to come. Reason being अभी expenses शायद ज़्यादा हो गए, income शायद उतना stability होगा या नहीं होगा, depends on business to business, industries to industries. So this is also one thing that you should keep in mind. Also, one important thing I would like to mention, this will specifically work for those who are into the service sector, who are into the business of providing any sort of services to the clients, to their customers. So basically, Information Technology Act and other various verification of your privacy policies needs to also be in place. So definitely you may refer to some legal person, legal professional to guide you on this and have your policies in place, and also see that whether they are in sync with the IT Act or maybe any statutes that follow over here. So these are few points which I feel that as a part of work from home policies, as a part of the cost cutting mechanism, as a part of the survival strategy, a business person should keep in mind. I guess Sagar will also equally agree on the points which I have mentioned. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So moving on, I would request Sagar to please elaborate upon the demand and supply. Like basically, जो हमने अभी तक सुना है.
Okay.
Yes, Ikta.
So before we move on to Sagar, we have a couple of questions that are coming in. So I just wanted to inform our viewers who are watching this live that once the discussion is done, we will be answering your questions. We will be taking up questions. We have a couple of questions from Mr. Pathak, from Prateek, from Bhavna. So we will be answering your questions. Just give us some time. Let us finish the discussion and then we will come to FAQ.
Surely, maybe a lot of your questions which you are putting up out there for us may be solved or maybe resolved by the time we complete the discussion. So we have, I guess, 15-20 minutes of discussion left. So Sagar, I was on the point that कि ऐसा सुना है कि डिमांड कम है, सप्लाई ज्यादा है, डिमांड ज्यादा है, सप्लाई कम है, something is going on in the market. So what thing is exactly there? Over to you.
Yeah, Karan. First of all, the way which you have explained relating to the work from home strategy, it is really important thing and need of the hour, and actually people should be focusing on that thing because it's going to be a game changer, and many avenues it will create for reducing cost in future for the companies. So now, Karan, you are talking about what are the demand and supply issue you are talking about. So generally what happens is an artificial demand shock is created or an artificial supply shock is created because of cyclone or because of war or such things happen. But in this situation, in this COVID-19 situation, it has given rise to a shock in demand and shock in supply simultaneously. So what do I mean is when a demand shock or supply shock takes place, what happens is there is a V-shaped demand supply trajectory, that the supply is not stable. It is rapidly going up, it is rapidly going down, it is again going up, and it is again going down. Now the basic reason for this is because people who are already in the lockdown will require the basic necessities which they consume. So now if the lockdown is in place, there will be an issue at the supply side, and there will be a constant demand relating to those essential services or essential goods. Now, if you see that everyone is under lockdown, secondly, if these people are under lockdown, who is going to work in the manufacturing entities who are manufacturing these essential commodities? If they are not going to manufacture, obviously there will be an imbalance from the supply side. There will be hoarders. There will be entrepreneurs who are going to take the benefit of that, and they are going to inflate the rate, and which will give a rise to inflation to some extent with respect to supplying these goods. So obviously, as we are in the last phase of lockdown, and slowly government is on the way to reduce to increase the relaxation and promote more and more manufacturing entities to start their businesses. And once they start their businesses, once the manufacturing start, the supply and demand will automatically, in the long run or in the very short run or in the short run, will cater itself and will meet the supply, and the demand will meet the supply, and the supply will meet the demand eventually. Yes, Karan.
Yes, Sagar. So I guess the demand supply part, there are quite rumors going on in the market. In the news itself, the demand aisa ho gaya, supply aisa ho gaya, people are trying to artificially manipulate it. I guess you have enlightened us on that part. Ki aisa kuch nahi hai, like it will eventually, definitely the curve which is there of the demand and supply, this is disturbed, no doubt. Everyone agrees to it, but then वो gradually improve hone wala hai, right? Okay. Correct. So coming on to the next part that I would like to discuss is the automation. ये जो word हमने सुना है, business process automation या सिर्फ automation. See, I could find a lot of my clients facing a lot of trouble as to कि automation करना है नहीं करना है. Specifically talking about the individual people who are into the business, a team of say 10, 15 people, 20 people out there, maybe few professionals. So first thing is, it is not that easy कि हम automation कर लेंगे, हम सब चीज़ automatic बना लेंगे. ये इतना easy नहीं है. It is not like overnight game or something. It does take a lot of time, maybe a lot of years in some cases, where there are complicated business processes involved, and there is a very restrictive budget for the people to get into this particular thing. So I would like to tell you first is that पहले तो हमें ये analyze करना पड़ेगा, is our business in a position to get automized? Are all our source documents, our basic manual processes that we are following till date, are these in place? Are these well documented so as to plan the automated part, so as to plan the technological part? Because problem ये हो जाता है कि if you try to have a process automated, no doubt that is a thing that will happen. But if you try to change it very often, you put a lot of cost. And this cost may end up resulting you being bankrupt or something also. It happens in many cases. We have seen many examples of global companies out there. Basic level पे भी ये problem होता है. And आप कब wipe out हो जाओगे market से ये समझने नहीं आएगा. So firstly, is it a necessity for you, for your business to get automated is important. If you feel yes, देखो कई बार ऐसा भी होता है कि हमें लगता है हमारा business तो 3-4 साल चलेगा, it is a temporary thing, ये long term में नहीं survive करेगा. Then there is no need for you to get automated. Because the basic thing is you will incur a lot of cost, and शायद जो आप 4-5 साल का plan कर रहे हो ये भी आप complete ना कर पाओ because of that particular thing. So automate करना है is not a compulsion. Automate करना है is a choice as of now. Yes, it may be turning up as a compulsion later on, but then your type of business, which industry you are into, how cash rich you are, what is the budget you want to spend matters a lot. So I would say if you feel that हाँ automate करना चाहिए, then you have to take it into phase-wise pattern. Your first phase can be the necessity, that कहाँ पे मेरा clerical staff involved है, where is the administrative tasks which are involved, इन चीजों को कैसे automate किया जाए, because you might be having say 10 employees for a particular thing, which might a simple software bot may do it for you, or maybe hiring or purchasing a robot machine for that particular thing may suffice your needs. So it totally depends, like which is that process you need to identify first, which will save time and cost at both the places. Next, you can gradually plan those procedures. Say, for example, compliance. You need to file few returns, you need to file few tenders, all these things. These can be in place as a process, and eventually you can try to automate those processes also. This will be the second thing. Agar specific need आपके business में है तो, if you are someone who has a 10 crore of turnover, 5 crores of turnover, maybe your volume of transactions are not that this thing voluminous. सिर्फ वो value में ज़्यादा है, so I think there is no need to automate. You can do it yourself, or you can have a one particular accountant or professional in place who can handle it all for you. But yes, definitely, if the volume is more, also the process is complicated. तो यहाँ पे जरूरत पड़ेगी आपको कि automate करना है, and you can gradually jot down points. This is the first process, this is the second process, because you cannot automate everything at once. That will become a very difficult task for you, and you may eventually fail if you try to do that. Next, there are few processes like maybe logistics, delivery people, delivery executives working out there with you. ये काफी end part में है जहाँ पे this particular processes will be automated. Also, the legal interpretational parts. Maybe you have filed a patent for something, you have filed a trademark of something, there are some issues. So robot will not solve it for you. You definitely need your team in place, you definitely need your professionals in place. So these logistics, interpretational, legal, these parts are something, maybe the audit part also right now, till the time blockchain takes us our work from our hands. So all these things are something that needs to get automated in one day or the another. But that time for your business, my business, a third party's business will definitely differ. And this is what we need to understand. कि ऐसा नहीं है अगर वो एक particular business आपके industry में automate कर रहा है, so there is a need for you also to automate. You both are at two different platforms. You both are working in a different way. Your ideology is different. Your visions are different. Your financial cycle is different. And this is what we need to understand. Lastly, before ending this topic, I would like to mention over here that if you already have few IT professionals or few IT executives in your office, or maybe you have hired a few people on assignment basis, you can ask them to work on this project. कि एक्चुअली प्रोसेसेस कौन से हैं जो ऑटोमेट करने चाहिए हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, सो दैट यू कैन हैव योर कस्टमाइज्ड पर्सनलाइज्ड प्रोसेसेस इन प्लेस अप टिल नेक्स्ट टाइम व्हेन एनी अदर वायरस कम्स एंड हिट्स अस आउट देयर. सो इसके पहले ये चीजें हमने एटलीस्ट आइडेंटिफाई करनी चाहिए, एंड वी कैन जस्ट स्टार्ट विद द बेसिक थिंग्स कि हाँ ये प्रोसेस ऑटोमेट कैसे करने हैं. और देयर आर मेनी प्रीरिक्विजिट्स व्हिच आई मेंशनड व्हाइल आई स्टार्टेड दिस टॉपिक कि ये चीजें हमें प्रीरिक्विजिट की तरह रेडी रखनी है बिफोर गोइंग फॉर द बेसिक टेक्निकल ऑटोमेशन. So those are few points which I would like to mention over here. And yes, automation is a key to survive in this market, in this scenario.
Absolutely.
Definitely, as I said, कि like 2030 तक शायद automation का time था for the basic processes. But due to Corona, this COVID-19 pandemic has catalyzed that process, and maybe by 2025 only we could see this change that a lot of businesses are getting automated. So like this was that part कि automation जरूरी है या नहीं. Now coming on to the gist or the main part of our webinar today, that as far as existing MSMEs are concerned, who are into business, say maybe since last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, so what are the precautions, financial precautions they need to take? In what way the government is helping them? So I would request as the expert of that part, Mr. Sagar, to please elaborate on that part. Sagar, over to you.
So you mean to know about the impact on MSMEs, or you want to know about the government initiatives taken with respect to that?
I think, sir, first let's hear on the impact on MSMEs and how do they cope up, and we'll then move on to the initiatives part.
Okay. Now the worst hit industry is the MSME, which has been very badly hit in India. It is a well-known fact that the global chain, China plays very important role actually, because majority of Indian MSMEs are dependent on China for the this raw materials and all. So basically, because of that lockdown, approximately 70% of the indigenous companies have been affected, which directly purchases or procures raw material from China. So this has given a big setback to Indian industries. Thus, the complete lockdown of China and partial lockdown of India has led to various issues ranging from shrinkage of exports cessations of production and non-availability of manpower, the uncertainty of consumption and liquidity squeeze in the market as well. According to Confederation of India, All India Traders, that is CAIT, it says that which represents the 70 million traders in India, and majority of them are MSMEs. So the trade impact for India is estimated to be around 380 lakhs. And the chemical sector is expected to take a big hit of around 12 crore to 90 lakh crore. So micro and small and medium enterprises in this sector, which was already reeling of huge distress because of a sort of recession pre-coronavirus period, has really hit these industries very badly. So, and second thing, according to the commission by All India Manufacturer Association, that is AIMO, India is currently home to 75 million MSMEs, and close to 25% of these firms will literally close down or are going to face a problem of close down due to various reasons like shortage of raw material. They can't handle the manpowers, and no work order at hand. Due to this, they are going to face a lot of problems. Secondly, if the lockdown imposed due to this coronavirus goes beyond 4 weeks, while whopping 43% of the shops, if this panic extends, are going to shut down. This is literally, and this is a statistics which is available in public, and it is going to hamper. And as we see that this lockdown is going to be extended, now what will happen to these all retailers whose daily bread is dependent on that? So these entities, how they are going to survive is a big question in front of the government, because these are the entities who look after the economy, who gives majority of the manpower support and help the government in providing majority of the laborers and manpower, to which ultimately becomes a part of consumption in the economy. So with this, I would like to tell you more about what are the initiatives taken by the government, because without government initiative, it is just too impossible that these MSMEs are going to just come out of this COVID-19 outbreak. So the government has basically the finance ministers and the RBI and the state governments at each level has made a phase level impetus which has been given. The government of India has planned 20 lakhs package, 20 lakh crore relief packages to MSMEs and to the basically to support the Indian economy. The first initiative taken by the finance minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman was to give a compliance relief to the business entities for extending the due dates like GST returns, income tax returns, and other income tax audits, etc., so that the period of which were on the verge of having the deadlines, they could be postponed so that people get enough time, and majority of them would be compliant to these returns which they were filing. Secondly, it waived the interest on GST and late fees for small entities up to turnover 5 crores. It also waived TDS interest payment and extended a time limit of payment of TDS and GST. It reduced the GST payment of literally 25%, means the rates which was applicable earlier have been directly struck off by 25%, so that much of the liquidity is in the hands of the government, in the hand of the business entity, and so that it can utilize it in more proper way to finance its activities, and secondly to have some liquidity to give it to the employees. Secondly, it extended the due date for tax saving investments which were due on 31st March 2020. By this, whatever investment was done on ATC, ATD, whatever investment due dates were there for investment of capital gains, the dates have been extended to 30th June 2020. Now definition of MSME has also been increased. Due to this change in definition, more and more MSME entities are given an opportunity, and government has seen that more and more entities could take the benefit of MSME and take the benefit of the stimulus package. Secondly, the government has also reduced the PF rate from 12% to 10%, so that again to give liquidity in the hands of the employers. Secondly, it has given approximately 3 lakh crore collateral free automatic loans for MSMEs. It has set aside 20,000 crores as subordinate debt. It has put into approximately 50,000 crores of equity infusion in MSME fund of funds, and it has restricted global tenders up to 200 crores. Means up to 200 crores, nothing, no tender will be given to outside parties. It will be consumed and it will be honored only by Indian entities. Lastly but the least, it has also put 45,000 crore partial credit guarantees for NBFCs. It has given 30,000 crores. It has set aside 30,000 crore liquidity for NBFCs. These were the basic stimulus packages out of the 20 lakh crores which was given by the government to support these MSMEs and temporary laborers in case they require funds and care could be taken for them. Yes, Karan.
So I guess, Sagar, you have explained in much detail as to what is the need for MSMEs and how the government has also tried to incorporate those needs in their particular budget or in their package that they had announced. But yes, also to tell you, apart from the existing MSMEs, there are few people who had planned out their businesses and the execution part was planned for 2020. So maybe they have started their startups in the last 12 months, you can say, or maybe someone has planned that next 12 months I'll plan about my startup or something. Also, there are many people who are being laid off by a few organizations as they are adding up to the cost, and they are into total trouble कि अभी मुझे job कहाँ नहीं मिल रहा तो मैं क्या करूँ? So yes, definitely what these firstly I'll move on to the startups part, that startups ने कैसे क्या करना चाहिए. See, basically the thing is, whatever you have thought of, no doubt you might have a very beautiful plan, you might have a very good plan for you, but does it fit in the changed market dynamics after COVID-19 is what you need to analyze. So I would suggest that the situation is still not back to normal. You need to wait for some time. You need to give a pause. You need to continue with your existing segment, existing work assignments that you have in your hand, maybe your existing business if you're trying to expand it, and just wait and observe for 2020 how the market is changing, how the demand is increasing, for what industries the demand is increasing, and how the supply is being catered. This is very important for us as a startup right now, because it might happen that you would plan something out there now for the near future, but then it is totally uncertain as to what in what way the dynamics of each and every industry might change thereon. So this is one thing. Second, working capital. So as Sagar had mentioned that government has come out with very good initiatives as far as the MSMEs are concerned, with some working capital loan help, or maybe with the deferment in the repayment of the loan and the interest amount also. Recently, RBI has also changed the repo rates and reverse repo rates. So this can even be taken benefit of right now for your existing business segments. Also, one more thing I would like to tell over here, that somewhere you need to develop a thing in your mind, that is, you need to listen to your team. You need to listen to your human resources who are there with you, since they are the loyal most people around you and they are working for you. So try to understand what issues they are also facing, and try to understand what are the things that they have in their mind कि business को कैसे बढ़ाया जा सकता है. It's not the owner every time, but it is the team also which is working at the back hand. And since they are into the groundwork, into the actual shop floor, production floor, working in the manufacturing industries and even in the shops or showrooms on the trading floor, basically. So these people also have a lot of experiences, which usually we ignore. But in this tough times, those particular tips or those particular inputs from them might add of a good value to us as a business. So this also needs to keep in mind. But yes, one thing is for sure, that whatever things you have planned, they will definitely change, and they have to change rather. जो शायद 10 साल में होता वो 5 साल में हो रहा है. I'm repeating this for the third time now. So that is what we need to keep into our mind. Also, if you have not planned to get onto the digital platforms, this is a necessity right now. whatever kind of a business you are, even if you are a small trader in your area who is working as a sole proprietor, you do not have a sufficient team also, एक दो employees भी है अगर साथ में, आपको business platform को कहीं ना कहीं digital platform पे लेके आना पड़ेगा, because there are a lot of other people who are doing that and you will be just wiped out of the market. As Sagar mentioned in the initial phase of our discussion that it is survival of the fittest. I also had mentioned that year 2020 is a year of survival. So यहाँ पे ज़्यादा आपको maybe earn करने नहीं मिलेगा, your revenue might fall down drastically, but then definitely it will also exponentially rise if you plan it in a better way. So these are few things as far as the startups are concerned that you need to keep in mind. Now I think Sagar and me, we will try to focus on few new opportunities that the businessmen have out there. As I told, there are many organizations which have laid out the employees since they added to their cost or maybe as a part of the cost cutting mechanism. So Sagar sir, if you would like to start with this topic as to what are few opportunities for those people who were employees who used to work for someone and now they may have to work for their own self. One point just I would like to tell, I read it somewhere, I do not remember the report's name, which said that by 2030, there will be very less amount of jobs available in this country, in this world, but a lot of work available for people to do. So what is that message that we get from between the lines over here? Over to you, Sagar. If you can start, I'll join you in this discussion.
Yes. So because of this pandemic outbreak, this has actually enlightened many of them, many of the entities and many of the people around the world to do the business in the various different ways which can cater without going to the office. Now, if you see, this can be a part of what to say, cost reduction also, and as an opportunity also. Ki if you are in, suppose you are in Argentina and somebody in America requires your help. Earlier, what used to happen is ki these people were had to take a visas, had to have a passport, and have to travel down to America and provide these services and then get back. Or second example, what I can give you is ki many of the urban population used to, rural population used to come down to urban areas where the cities are and used to provide their services and stay in that room. And as far as they are employed there, they used to stay there, and then they used to go back to their native place. Now, what has happened is, as Karan has very rightly explained earlier also, the importance of online digital marketing. This internet platform has brought all the people and all the entities together. So now suppose if we take an example of information technology services. So now if Google wants to hire anyone, it need not have to come back to come back in America and come to its office and give the service over there. Google at its advantage, if he finds that this is a talented person in Argentina who is very important for a specific project, so he can directly online hire this person over there and there itself, and take and consume its services from there itself, and consume its services and give an opportunity to other such services service providers. In that case, it would really help them. Secondly, what I would like to give you an idea about is ki, as you know, these due to this coronavirus pandemic, two major sectors. One is the healthcare sector and one is the information technology sector. These areas have been untouched because of this coronavirus pandemic. So what was the reason that IT services were not affected by this? Because they were already following work from home policies. It was not a very difficult thing for them to do, because these end user servers, they used to be accessed by the employees from anywhere from the world, and they used to be accessed, and then the services used to be provided. Now, coming back to the opportunities. Now, the opportunities which can be culminated are basically the business which you are doing traditionally, you will have to do a business re-engineering in that. As you know that you cannot come together too much and make a crowd of more than 50 people around. So people have to come back on portals like we are discussing on Zoom webinar right now. Like this, people will have to come together online and discuss the matters, share the issues, and such opportunities will be there. And people should take what to say post-graduation course in that field and cater and have a talent in them with respect to any industry, and that can be catered around and can be executed by them. Yes,
So
Karan.
basically, what Sagar has mentioned just now is that virtual is the new real, and we have to accept it. We are forced to accept it in this
Yes,
situation.
yes,
And
yes,
basically, so it is not to our surprise that maybe a finance professional, maybe a person who is having a trading shop in India, might just sit out on a beach and do his work on the laptop. It is quite
yes,
possible
yes.
now. ये जो हम सोच रहे थे, we will be able to live these dreams provided we earn enough money from our businesses and our businesses are stable out there, right there. Right. So
Right.
even like as Sagar mentioned, few examples that I would like to give it to you. Say like me and Sagar are chartered accountants. We are professionals. We have our clients in place. Usually we used to meet them and go and talk to them, work with our team in our offices, etc. But now we are forced to vacant our offices, sit back at our homes. Our team is at our home. Our clients are at their homes, and we are connecting via Zooms. We are having meetings. We are discussing various things. We are jotting down the points. We are allotting it to our employees and getting the work done. This is how we have to proceed. And we are forced to, but then yes, this is a very beautiful thing that we'll be doing because cost cutting यहाँ पे major role play करेगा. Maybe your travel,
Absolutely.
your conveyance, the infrastructure that you require for it, all these will go away slowly. Maybe if you can see the Aries event right now, so they used to have events in person where people used to participate in the physical space, etc. But yes, they have taken a very good initiative. They are online totally. Maybe if you can see the anchors, the hosts, like Ekta is one of them sitting over here. So like she had to travel places and maybe see, but the benefit over here is that if there was a particular session event out there, एक event एक दिन में possible होता था, but due to this virtual platform, she is able to host out 5 or maybe 10 events in a particular day because she is not there to travel. She is just sitting at a particular place and do. So ऐसे काफी opportunities हमारे लिए available है ना different businesses ना different professions which we need to point out. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये किसने किया है तो ही मैं करूंगा. You can try out for yourself new for the first time and you can be the pioneer of that particular business you are taking it online. So it is quite possible. See, no doubt restaurants or all these eatery things, this will have a very good future out there since इसके अलावा तो लोग नहीं जी पाएंगे. And second thing, if the people are working out there 24 hours, 12 hours, 18 hours at their spaces, workspaces, so they'll definitely need a thing कि we need food, we can order directly online. हम लोग आज Domino's से directly order कर रहे थे. Or we are using many such platforms. But yes, इसके आगे भी तो कुछ होगा जो आगे शायद हो सकता है. So you can think in that line also. Maybe if you have a restaurant or maybe you are planning to start with a restaurant or small outlet also for that matter. So you can think of different processes how you can come onto the virtual platform. You can have events virtually. The matrimonial business. So ये matrimonial जो चीज है, ये पहले like we have a lot of websites out there. We used to have organizations out there. But yes, there can be something definitely planned in this case also. Why not have meetings virtually? Why not plan things virtually? So these are few things that can be done. Libraries, there can be virtual libraries. Amazon came out with a wonderful concept of Kindle and that has been used by people very beautifully and it is of a quite good benefit. यहाँ पे space save होगा, paper cost भी कम होने वाला है and you can access it from anywhere basically. You just log in and access that book. You need not have that book with you carrying everywhere wherever you go. So you can try to have some virtual libraries, maybe an advanced thing in that. So ऐसे काफी opportunities है that a businessman can think of and go ahead. I feel. Sagar, I think this is enough to discuss for the opportunities.
Yeah,
part,
I just want to add one more thing over here. The height and the creativity of using this virtual platform can be seen from this. No, I wouldn't have imagined. I don't know whether how many of you watch MTV Roadies now, but if you know that they are carrying out their interviews and tasks online by virtual and by webinars. This was literally unimaginable thing. It could have been done. I couldn't have imagined they are taking tasks and they are taking interviews on webinar. So desperate times will bring and help you to take desperate measures, and this will bring out the creativity in you. I just wanted to add this thing.
One more thing that just came to my mind, like we should not be surprised to see that as of now the film industry is totally on a halt. They are not shooting, they are not allowed to shoot their movies, no TV serials right now. अगर हम टीवी भी देखते हैं तो जो पहले के प्री रिकॉर्डेड सीरियल्स हैं, those are being displayed or whatever buffer they have with them. So we should not
Correct.
be surprised that when these particular actors will start shooting at their houses and make a new film or come out with a new movie, come out with new TV serials, we should not be surprised enough. So even such kind of innovations can come in the near future, and we should be ready with our researches, with our own passions, what we want to do, and accordingly we can bring forward new innovation-based solutions for people. So I guess let's move on to the last part of our session now, that is on the Atmanirbhar Bharat and the government initiatives for the MSMEs, for which many people are here online today. So just to brief you about a bit, like recently our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi came online and discussed with us the Atmanirbhar project as such. We are very fortunate that we had Digital India initiative in a particular time when we had required it. अगर वो Digital India नहीं होता तो शायद आज ये times में जो 30% लोग भी online आ पा रहे हैं शायद वो नहीं आ पाते. So a very grateful thing for us as a citizen of India to be is this particular thing. Secondly, we had Make in India. We also had Make in Maharashtra later on by the Maharashtra government also, and various other states focusing on the resources that they have and the processes that they want to have in their particular states. So let me tell you, Atmanirbhar Bharat was basically focused on 5 points: the economy, the infrastructure, the system, demography, and the demand. So this was the basic thing, that self-reliance is one thing, definitely. But another thing is that as a world, in a world market, we also should be in a position to help our neighborhood countries, our various friends all over the world with our strength. We should not be totally dependent as such on any country, but rather we should be in a position that if any country is dependable upon us, so it is our duty to even help them with these particular things. So the basic idea was this of the project. I would hand over to Sagar for the financial and the MSME part of it as to what were the government initiatives that were taken for. Sagar sir, over to you. Sagar sir, you're on mute.
I think so. We have already covered whatever the initiatives of the MSMEs have to be taken by the government. It was in the form of expansion of the definition so that maximum people could take the benefit of MSMEs, and the stimulus packages, because there will be liquidity shortages in the hands of the MSMEs. So they will require funds to give some funds in the hands of the employees, who will in turn consume that funds to keep their daily necessities up to date, and the consumption will automatically help the economy to churn. So basically, the main thing what MSMEs were requiring were leniency in all the compliances which the government has already helped them to do. Secondly, the stimulus package, where they have given an interest subvention to MSMEs, they have given automatic loan procedures for a certain limit for working capital, and they have also even guaranteed loan in case of dishonor. The government will honor those loans. In case it depends from case to case, that in case there is a dishonor, that the government will honor to the bank relating to the MSME in case it has lost the business and it is not able to repay that loan. Yeah, Karan.
Ekta, I think we are done with our part. You can move on to the question and answers.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, Sagar.
Okay.
Yes. Please continue.
Yeah. I just wanted that one more important thing what we have forgotten is what should be the survival strategies which people needs to take or entities needs to take in order to cater themselves and be ready for that. What is coming and what should be the things which we should do in order to keep ourselves afloat, as Karan has already said that you have to survive. If you are not surviving, you are a dead man. So if you are dead, then there is no use whether whatever steps you are taking. So there are 5 to 6 things what we can take into. First is the entities needs to re-engineer the businesses and check the current business model. Secondly, they need to have a check on their cost savings control on expenses and track the inflows and the outflows. Third, a proper plan and budgets will be required to be prepared and and will have to be followed for next 8 to 12 months. Means basically what it means is ki you will have to prepare a budget, you will have to estimate, and you will have to stick to the budget. If you see earlier, what used to happen is budgets were prepared only on the paper. Nobody used to follow that thing, and it would just be a paper. Now in this situation, it will make whosoever is making that budget and whosoever is following those budgets will need to follow, because each and every rupee spent extra is going to pinch that entity. Then next what we can discuss is about you will have to be patient, as the growth in sales and revenue will take time as the consumption increase post lockdown. Managing your employees will be a difficult task, but various future incentives and employee beneficial schemes will have to be floated by the management to keep the manpower interested with the entity. Lastly, but very important, customer relationship engagement with the customer with the another important task for management, as initially there was no limited customers, there was no limited customer base, but because of this coronavirus, there will be a limited customer base, and because of this, each and every entity will be fighting for that customer, that it should be consumed by that entity. So that cat and mouse game is going to be there for next 6 to 7 months. So you have to be on your heels. You have to be very sharp. You have to keep your eyes and ears open, and have to see what opportunities you can take, and see that you are surviving in such a difficult situation. Yes, Ekta.
Okay, so I think the whole conclusion of today's discussion was the most interesting part that I found personally is that now is the time to start thinking out of the box. Because
Absolutely.
we have been following a very religious business pattern. Everybody, I think all of our fellow countrymen, we've been following a very one viewpoint thing when it came to doing businesses. Now is the time to start thinking out of the box and do things differently, and yet profit out of it. So before I start talking again, I'll take some questions. So we have Avlam Pathak. We have a couple of questions, but I'll just take the important ones. So Avlam Pathak, he wants to know that starting small businesses like a small coffee shop or a PG, once things get normal, is that a good idea? So actually, even I had this question in my mind, sir, that there were people who had thought about businesses, who had thought about starting a new venture right before the lockdown, and then अगले दिन curfew लग गया और अगले दिन ये सब बदल गया, everything changed. So now what about those people?
All of a sudden you are forced to sit at your home.
Yes. So now all those people who wanted to start doing something, like especially people who wanted to start a small coffee shop or a joint which requires a lot of social gathering, unka kya and what should they be doing now?
See, before Sagar speaks on this topic, I would like to tell two things over here. Very simple thing. One is that definitely these things will survive, since there is a lot of consumer demand on in these particular you can say businesses. Secondly, agar social distancing follow karke, precautions follow karke, not because the government has asked us to do, but just imagine if you do not follow those things and you get infected by a virus or something, then you have to shut down your business overall. So ये अपने लिए करना है at first, then for our customers, and then for the government at large. And once you are in a situation, then you can gradually start earning. So definitely, अगर आपके जो financial projections हो गए, if you are starting this kind of a business where people are required to gather at a place, the financial projections, maybe you might have planned कि 2024 तक I'll be a business of say 1 crore, 10 crores, whatever. ये थोड़ा सा differ होगा, but that's okay. The first thing is that at least वो business survive तो कर रहा है 2024 तक. We are currently in a situation कि वो business ही survive नहीं करेगा. We are into thoughts, even after finalizing, we are into thoughts कि ये business चालू करूँ या नहीं करूँ. So the main task over here is that I should be able to understand कि नहीं financial थोड़ा सा differing हो जाता है अगर it is not a problem, but the basic thing is how do you perform right now and how do you follow the rules. Over to Sagar if he wants to add anything.
Yeah. What we can add over here is, see, you talked about example of a coffee shop which needs to be brought into entity. So in that case, what I would suggest is you will have to plan out in such a way. You have to have proper proper arrangements with the person. Means if you are taking a dealership, so earlier what used to happen is you have like Burger King, you would have taken an agreement, and in that agreement you would have committed a big hefty deposit to your dealer, and then a specific percentage of revenue whatever you are going to earn was given to your dealer. So like Burger King, I was giving an example ki if you take a dealership of an Burger King, uh, earlier used to be a hefty deposit and a percentage was given to them. So now you will have to focus more on what you can give to the dealer and what the dealer is going to get on your plate. If you are telling that whatever coffee shop what you are going to start is basically your know-how, it is your own thought process, and it is not about a dealer, or it is not about a franchise. I mean to say, maybe more precise. If you are not a franchise, in that case, you have more chances of surviving, because in that case, you are not committing ahead to the person for a deposit and a specific revenue amount. Secondly, you need to also go through the instructions which the government is going to release and follow the instructions, whether the coffee shops which are going to be started or the hotel industry, what norms they are going to bring, and whether it is conducive for your business to start with.
Right. Thank you so much, Sagar. Thank you. Avlam has one more question, which is very interesting. It's a very interesting question. He's asking, will cost cutting be implemented on a heavy note in India in IT and other sectors? So he's asking if cost cutting will be implemented in IT sectors and in other sectors as well. So what is your take on cost cutting?
Sagar, if you can just brief up in a sentence or two, then I'll add on.
Yeah, sure. So now you're talking about cost cutting. First of all, as I've told you earlier, the project-based IT industry, I think so they are not too much affected by this. Now you might talk ki now the Uber have already relieved or lay off around 600 of its employees. So these employees, what they were doing, we need to understand that thing. These employees might be doing that mechanical part of the work which can be done with the limited manpower. So if the IT industry is basically project based, where the entity can value add, can put value to the business on that project, definitely they are going to be hired, and they cannot be fired so easily because they are being a part and they are the contributor to the revenue. So basically cost cutting as far as employees are concerned will be at that level where there is no contribution directly to the sales part, or what to say is about the inflow part of the entity.
Basically where there is no earning.
Yeah. Just a small point I would like to add over here to what Sagar has said. He basically focused on the technical part. I would just like to say, as far as if I'm a businessman, a small medium scale businessman, and I have a small medium business in my country, 2-3 outlets or something. So if you are a cash rich person, if your business is a cash rich business, you have an edge now over the other people to avoid cost cutting, or maybe to just focus on few important parts and get over the other companies, other businesses in the market. So I think if many people out there, if they might have understood this thing, what I just told, they can even go on and have their expansion in place amidst this particular situation also, where other people are struggling for survival. Over to you for the next question.
That's right. So just like HCL is giving out bonuses and Uber is laying off people. So it all depends on what industry or what is your own income.
So the business needs to be aware of its SWOT analysis. If not, they need to do it immediately. Their strengths, even if they have done the SWOT analysis earlier, they need to redefine their strengths and weaknesses right now, because the scenario has totally changed.
Exactly.
Over to you for the next question.
So so there's one question which is a mixed question. So it is about will consumer demand increase or decrease? And so if the consumer demand increases, that would also be that the spending trends would increase or the saving trends would increase now. What is your take on this?
So basically, it's more of an economics question. So definitely, so the situation right now, we are even though we are in a lockdown mode, even though you know that some level of consumption is happening, so obviously everything is dependent upon the consumption. The increase in consumption, the working capital, and all the thing relating to the churning of the business will take place. Obviously, there is no case that there is no demand for things. You can say that few things this coronavirus has made us realize that now going to the gym, you are going to restrict it till the government has further notices. Secondly, luxury car purchases, you are going to restrict yourself because you don't have money right now. But in the long run, this is not going to suffice, because ultimately the demand and supply will have to meet. As the lockdown is relaxed, more and people go for working, more and more people are earning, more and more people are going to consume, and more people will contribute to the economy ultimately. So yeah, there is a, as I earlier said, that there is a demand shock and supply shock in current scenario. But in a short period or in a semi-long term period, this will meet the equilibrium and it has to stabilize.
Yes, Ekta, over to you for the last one. Last question.
So the last question is a very interesting one that I think everybody's got on their minds. I just request, like in Sagar and Karan, that if you all could just answer it in a shorter way, because we are running out of time now. So the next question is that will the anti-China wave actually prevail for a long time, or is it going to be temporary? So China bhagao or China mal jalao or China phones jalao, how long will this actually exist, or is it going to be?
So Karan,
before Sagar
please
briefs us on that topic, just a
see,
small
if
thing
I-
that
if
I would
I-
like. Yeah,
if-
just a second, Sagar sir. Just a second.
Yeah.
I would just like to add over here. See, totally depends on what we are doing. It is not by uninstalling the applications or doing something out of your phones or any other quick reaction. It is a gradual process that you need to keep in mind. कि demand करते हो भी Indian product demand करो, supply करते हो भी Indian product supply करो. तब ये पूरा cycle जाके it will get established in a beautiful way, and India as a country and your business will also progress. This is what I wanted to tell. Over to Sagar.
Yeah, absolutely. This question is such a wonderful question. Actually, we can have a 3-hour lecture on this thing. But as you said that we have a paucity of time. So basically, see, China is not going to just sit behind and watch that all the entities are going from its place. Most of the things is how much we are supporting to the government relating to Atmanirbhar Bharat. How much we are going to make in India and consume products in India. If you know that China has already brought an alternative to YouTube, it has an alternative to WhatsApp, and it has forced its citizens to use those applications only. So because there is no liberty over there, they are consuming whatever resources their government is preparing. So if such initiatives are there and such initiatives are taken by the Indian citizen, definitely it will work. And it is totally upon what we do, how we do, and how we support our economy, and that will suffice our cause in the case that Chinese, the lesser and lesser we use our Chinese products, the more we are dependent on Indian products, the lesser we import from China.
That's right. That's Karan, would you want to add something?
No, that's fine. That's it.
Okay, so I guess the whole gist of at least the last question was that let's make in India. And now I would like to end today's session by just saying 3 last lines, and that would be make in India, make India proud, and stay safe. Thank you so much. Karan,
Thank you, 80s event, for organizing this webinar.
Thank you, Ekta Kapoor, for the
when you had approached us, so it was like, yes, this is a wonderful thing wherein we would be able to communicate with the SMEs, and mainly the individual business people out there at large. And also thank you, Ekta, for being a wonderful host out there.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah, Ekta.
Thank you, Sagar.
Yeah,
so if there are any more questions, you all can, this is for the audience, that you can please post your questions in the comment section below. Please like the video, share the video as much as possible. And we are also mentioning the email IDs of our CAs, Sagar and Karan over here. If you have any questions related to your accounting, taxation, because these are 2 expert people over here. So do mail them and ask your questions. You can also ask your questions in the comments.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.